Yeah, I really want to know how you feel about this PlayStation Portal, my friend.
Rock on. So,
Hey, I don't have to make another game next week. Hell yeah.
there you go, right? And that's the third week in a row
know.
my shit got skipped.
Good job. See, Phil, you knew something like this was going to happen. Good on you.
So,
putting his last.
ladies and gentlemen, I have acquired a PlayStation Portal. My lovely girlfriend gave it to me as an anniversary gift because I didn't think I would want to buy it myself. And now let me say, playing it, I should have bought it at launch. I should have bought it by myself and just gotten it.
Fuck, I gotta buy this fucking thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, wait for the right time for you financially. I'm not saying you need to make this an overall priority, but I will say I had the money for it and I should have invested. Is what I should have done for me personally.
You should have done that instead of your fucking the DualSense or the DualSense.
Well,
Edge.
that was like a year before, so you don't know.
I'm saying.
And the Edge is cheaper. But yeah, the PlayStation Portal here. I've had not as much time to play as I want because spoilers. I just got a new puppy. Miss Ahsoka, which you can see her in the background of the PlayStation State of Play video. She was hanging out with Connor at that moment because I was busy at work, and she's lovely. Anyways, but I haven't had as much time to play as I would have liked because I've been dealing with this puppy and trying to get her trained and acclimated to life. So for the most part, most of my experience has been here at the apartment on the same Wi-Fi network as my PlayStation 5. Now, if you don't know, the PlayStation Portal does look like, and the name would tell you that this is a portable console of some kind, but it is not. It is, but it isn't. What the PlayStation Portal does is basically a souped-up version of the Backbone, if anybody knows what the Backbone is, in which it allows you to play your PlayStation 5 games through remote play, which is playing it over Wi-Fi, playing it over streaming. You're streaming the game from your PS5 to your device. You can do it on your phone. You could do it on the PlayStation Vita. And now you can do it on this PlayStation Portal. That is the entire purpose of this machine, is to play games through remote play.
Through Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah, pretty much through Wi-Fi. I'm sure you can try and do it through a hotspot on your phone. I have not experimented with that. I'm sure it's awful. But
yeah.
My experience with this on Wi-Fi network has been great. This is nearly a one-to-one experience, which is not the case if you've had a bad experience with remote play in the past, which I have. When I had my PlayStation Vita, I tried to play games on that through remote play, and it wasn't great. And I'm talking on the same Wi-Fi network. I'm talking on different Wi-Fi networks. It just wasn't great. And now I've experienced it through this, and they have definitely worked on remote play and gotten it better. It is much better than it used to be, if you don't know. And so when talking about the PlayStation Portal, obviously form factor is the big thing. It is a large device. It is a fairly large device, but it is extremely comfortable to hold. This is quite literally a dual sense that they put a screen in the middle of. And it is just as comfortable, or just slightly under the level of comfortability as a DualSense is, but almost one-to-one. My hands don't cramp. It's not awkward to use in any way. It feels great to use. It is fantastic in terms of form factor and all of that. Vibration, I believe, is still in here. Adaptive triggers are still in here. So you're still getting all of the joys of using a DualSense with this, which is fantastic. The only thing that I'm not in love with is obviously it's a big screen instead of a touchpad. So you have to press and hold to get and it's not a very long hold. It's like a second and a half to use any touchpad functionality on it, which isn't, the best, but, for most games that you're playing with this machine, it's fine. I will say, my experience playing in remote play has mostly been on the same Wi-Fi network as my PlayStation 5. And my PlayStation 5 is hardwired into my router through an Ethernet cord, which I think does change how things are. If my PlayStation was working off of Wi-Fi, I'm sure it would not be the best experience possible. But because it's hardwired, it's been pretty good. I went to my mom's house this morning, and I brought my dog with me so that my mom could meet her. And I did play with this at my mom's house. And my mom has, we have better Wi-Fi here than my mom does. and my experience was the same. Almost 1-to-1. Almost 1-to-1. And then occasionally there would be a lag. The system would chug and try and buffer and try and get the up-to-date information to your screen. Sometimes it doesn't work. And sometimes the screen freezes and like the little like network connectivity symbol pops up, and you just have to wait a minute. And then sometimes, the signal just weakens a little bit and the image gets a little fuzzy and so forth. But for the most part, this is working great. This is working fantastically, in fact. Most of my playtime has been on a slower video game that does not require 1-to-1 input, and that is Persona 3 Reload. But I did load up Helldivers 2, and I tried that with Helldivers 2. So I'm playing a multiplayer, third-person action shooting game, and it was playable. It wasn't the best way to play Helldivers, but it is playable. I think if I were playing a game like God of War Ragnarok, maybe even Spider-Man 2, even though Spider-Man 2 is a little fast, probably too fast for this, but I still think I could get through it and have a good time with that. Definitely games like God of War Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima, all of those would be fantastic on this device. Games, obviously, turn-based RPGs like Persona 3, the best thing ever. Maybe like a Diablo 4.
Overlord.
Which one?
Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord would be great as well. Diablo 4, anything like that. Anything that doesn't require immediate response time is great. You do not want to use this to play a game like Call of Duty. You do not want to use this to play a game like Apex Legends. Or just any like kind of Twitch shooter. Not really the ideal place to play here. I'm not saying first-person shooters are out of the mix. I think a Wolfenstein game or a Doom game would be pretty okay here. Obviously, not the ideally you would want the 1-to-1 100%, but this is like 95% of the way there. Like
I would say probably not like a competitive shooter.
Yeah, nothing competitive, anything like that. I think Helldivers was okay. My experience with Helldivers was fine. It's playable. Especially like I played on a lower difficulty. It was also my first time playing Helldivers in a while, so I didn't 100% know all the controls like the back of my hand and stuff like that. But like I was shooting things, I was hitting my targets, I was killing things, I was doing just as well as anybody else in the game. And I was playing with other people, and it was fine. It was fine. Every once in a while, again, it would glitch out, and when it glitches out, it kind of just uses your last input. So sometimes, like, it would glitch out and my screen would freeze, and then, like, it would come back and I was in a different position because the last thing I was doing is moving to the left. So, like, my position had changed for 2 or 3 seconds, Again, if you're playing on a higher difficulty of Helldivers, not the optimal way to do this, but if you're playing on a regular version, just grinding out levels or whatever, it's okay. It's okay. It's totally playable.
It's anything with an internet connection required that it really starts showing its
I just think anything that, like, really requires you to be 1-to-1 is a hard no. But for most games, I think it's okay. I tried to play Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain on my PlayStation Vita through remote play, and it was unplayable.
Yeah.
I could play Phantom Pain on this. And it would be fine. They have improved the service. Wi-Fi as a technology has improved since then. And this device, I think, is built for that type of thing. I think this is probably the best device to use remote play on. So yeah, this PlayStation Portal comes with 100% full recommendation from me. But know what you're getting into. It's a bit of a pricey device for what it is offering. And it will not work. Like, you can't bring it on a plane. You can't, well, I mean,
Sure.
you could, but it would be shit. You can't really bring it on a road trip or anything like that. It's pretty much like if you work at a place where you have a lot of downtime, this would probably be okay for that. If you are traveling to a destination, it would probably work pretty well on hotel Wi-Fi. Again,
Sure.
maybe not the best, but pretty well enough to play the types of games that work for this device. A Persona, a Unicorn Overlord, even some slower games. Like, I genuinely think God of War would be fine on this. Like, I really do think God of War would be fine with this on slower Wi-Fi. Like, I think
how do we feel? How do we feel about battery life?
It's pretty good, not great. It's not.
Okay.
I think I've charged it once since I've gotten it. I did not charge it when I received it. That's a lie. I did charge it when I received it because it's all I could do because I was out of town when I got it. So I did charge it. So from a full charge, 5 hours, maybe somewhere around 5 to 8-ish, I want to say, but probably closer to 5. So a decent battery life. And again, you're not playing this on the road. You're just not. Like, it's just not possible. So you're more than likely going to have a charger of some kind next to you. And if you are without a charger for a while, you're going to be okay from the last time you charged it.
It's what, USB-C?
Yes, USB-C, just like everything PlayStation right now. And the charge port is in a convenient location. Like, it will not be in your way. Even despite what type of form factor charger you have, whether it's a straight vertical. My phone charger is on a horizontal one. I chose that way specifically for whatever reason I chose it to be that way. I chose that. It would not be in my way at all. It is in the way when I use a regular DualSense, but it's not in the way when I use this, which is great. There's an aux plug for if you use like a 3.5 headphones or whatever. It does not have Bluetooth.
That's exactly what I was going to get at. But you have the PlayStation.
I have
buds,
the
so I don't
PlayStation.
know if your opinion would be skewed.
Yeah, I have the PlayStation earbuds. I think they're called the Explorer, is what they are. I think
the Pulse Explorer. Yeah.
Pulse/Explorer. One of them. One of them is the overhead. One of them is the earbuds. I have the earbuds. And connecting them is pretty easy. To connect them to the PlayStation Portal, and that works great. They don't have Bluetooth, which is a shame, but if you have the PlayStation headphones, they work great. Would I rather it have Bluetooth on the device? Yes, but I do like the functionality of the PlayStation headphones because it also allows me to connect to Bluetooth with my phone, so I'm listening to music, I'm listening to podcasts, and I'm listening to my game at the same time.
Now,
interesting. So if you are willing, and if you're a guy like me, and you're just fully in, if you are willing to just dive deep into the PlayStation ecosystem technology-wise across the board, you're going to have a great time with this.
So that kind of leads into my question, which is, when it comes to the current king of portable game stations, how does I would think you'd say the Switch is better as a piece of hardware in general, but which one would you recommend the most?
That depends. That just depends on you. Listen, this is not. If you don't have a PlayStation 5
for PS5, let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
If you have a PS5 and you can just use this out the box, if that kind of audience, because a lot of people have PS5s, don't have a Switch, and they would shoot I don't know which one to get. I want to play games on the go. Which one would you recommend? So accessibility is not.
I mean, it is. That is a conversation each individual person has to have with themselves. For a general audience, general usage type thing, I would say go to a Switch, go to a Steam Deck before going to this.
Steam Deck being like double the price of the.
Thank you, Ferg. Steam Decks are expensive. Specifically, I would probably at this point wait for a Steam Deck 2. But I think if you are already in the PlayStation ecosystem, if you are already a PlayStation 5 gamer, this is great. But it also depends on where do you live. Do you live in a place that can get decent to great Wi-Fi? We get pretty good, but not the best Wi-Fi in the country of the United States. This is a case by case scenario. So to answer your question, Connor, I would say reach for a Switch, reach for a Steam Deck, wait for a Steam Deck 2, wait for a Switch 2 at this point. But if you are a gamer who has decent Wi-Fi or above, I think this thing works very, very well for your case scenario. This allows me, I keep my PlayStation 5 in my room. My PS5 is in my bedroom. I play in my bed. I play in my desk chair. I play to stream on there. We have a great couch. We have a great living room chair and so forth. You have people over. Sometimes I want to be social. This totally works to just, hey, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to play my game on the couch, and I can still be social and talk to people and not be locked away in my room when I still want to play video games. Things like that. If you are, dog sitting for someone, like I sometimes dog sit for my mom. Totally works to go over to my mom's house, take this with me, hang out with the dog, and play video games at the same time. Still works. I'm still making progress, still earning trophies, still playing the games that I'm wanting to play right now.
Really quick, going back to audio, there is like an external speaker on the system,
There is.
right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and the quality of the speaker is good. It's good. I wouldn't say it's great. I think it gets the job done,
Okay.
They really, I think when designing this piece of hardware, they tried their best to keep it as costly or keep the cost down as much as possible. That's why it doesn't have Bluetooth, which it should. That's why it's not innate playing the game anywhere without the dependency of Wi-Fi. They tried to keep it as minimal as possible because, one, I don't think Sony is in a position where they are ready to commit to a dedicated handheld device, and two, they already have a network which they believe in, which is remote play. And again, the remote play is way better than it used to be. I played it back in 2015, 2016. It was trash. Today, it's better. It's much better. Is it perfect? No. And so you have to allow yourself some allowance with that. You have to give it, cut it some slack when it does trip up. But I'm telling you, it is 95% of the way there. Oh no. What'd she take? I don't know if she took it or if she just moved. She moved and it fell, but my mouse fell.
She was wrapped up in the wire from what I saw.
Yeah, I see it.
Well, it seems this console has uses for more hardcore PlayStation fans, but it seems like beyond that, it's just like, get it if you like the novelty of being able to play your PS5 wherever you go.
Yeah, and
Relatively
again, this is for a guy like me, who the PlayStation 5 is my main source of gaming. I prefer games on PS5. I prefer games on a PlayStation console. I like earning trophies and stuff like that. I prefer playing with a controller. I think the DualSense is the best controller on the market right now. Like, to me, PlayStation is where I like to play video games. But, Connor, you prefer playing on PC when you can. No. Like, I just don't see a reason as to why you would need this, If you want it, cool. You know what comes with it because you're an educated consumer. But where it is right now, I don't think this would benefit you. I think something like a Steam Deck would benefit you more.
I agree.
So this is a case-by-case scenario in what you need or what you should have, or if this is worth buying for you. But if you're a guy like me who loves the PlayStation ecosystem, who is all in on PlayStation as their main gaming console, this is a great choice.
Phil, where are you landing on it?
I really want one. And
Still
I've
on
wanted
that.
one for a while, to the point like I jokingly sent Tavin it was in our Snap group chat whenever he posted that he got the Portal. I was like, "Oh, cool! So you're getting that to bring to me on my birthday dinner, right?" Like,
No.
cool. So
no,
she
I'm
gave you
not.
that to bring to me.
Yeah. Phil, next time I see you, I'll let you like play around with it and fuck around with it and stuff. But like, yeah,
Cool.
I mean, Connor, I let you touch it real quickly. And it feels good in the hands. It's lighter than you would expect it to be.
Far lighter.
Yeah, it's heavier than a regular DualSense for sure, but it's
Yeah.
light. Like it is easy to carry around.
Easy, no resistance.
Yeah,
Like,
easy to throw in a backpack. It's sturdy. It doesn't feel fragile. I mean, I'm not gonna test it by like throwing it on the ground or
Sure.
anything, but like it does. Like the PlayStation 3 controller feels fragile in your hands. Like it feels like you could break it with your hands. This doesn't feel like you could just snap it easily in your hands. It feels just as durable as a regular DualSense.
Yes,
And
the controller does feel fragile. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. The added weight of the screen is not any worse than what the DualSense natural weight is. I think this is a very, for what they were going for with this device, I think this is a very well constructed device. And if you are interested in something like this, it is worth the price of admission.
I would really want like a carrying case though. Like I wouldn't want to just like raw dog it everywhere,
Yeah,
The screens can still get scratched.
Yeah, I'd have to experiment with it. I feel like I could shove it in a Switch case, but I'm not sure because it's not much.
I think it's too wide.
With
the controllers?
With the controllers,
It's
because
the-
it is wider than that. But yeah,
It's
and
the outward slant of the controller that worries me. You know.
Yeah, I feel like even if it could fit in a Switch carrying case, I think it would be you would have to cram it in there. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could try and experiment with that maybe, but yeah, I'm not. But again, where are you taking this? You know, like. I don't know. You're not carrying it around on the street with you like you are a Switch or any type of Game Boy that would require this. You are bringing this with you. It's going to be in a backpack for a little bit. It's going to be in a suitcase for a little bit maybe. You're going to put it on your nightstand and that's where it's going to live until you're ready to leave. So if I were to put a rating on this is just a regular numbered rating. Not our review scale. This is a high 8, low 9 out of 10 for what it is and what it's going for.
The only thing that would piss me off is if it started stick drifting on me, like how one of my controllers does.
Yeah, But again, now you're dealing with faulty technology, and it's working fine for me. The sticks feel great. The sticks are a little bit more elevated than your regular DualSense, but you adjust to it pretty quickly. It's not terrible. Like this feels like a DualSense. It just does. Like there's no other way to describe it than it is a DualSense with a screen in the middle of it, and I love it. I think it's great. It also I'll boot it up, but I don't know how well. Here I'll put it on the one, not that one, this one. When you boot it up, it comes with all the accoutrements of a regular DualSense, so it does have the little blue light on it. And I don't know, it doesn't really show up on this very well. But instead of following the touchpad, like it does on the DualSense, it goes down along the line of the white here. And I think that style choice was a really great one. I think it looks great. So yeah, this thing is sleek, it's stylish, it feels great, it does everything it needs to. This is a very well designed device for what it is going for.
Exquisite.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was very informative for me. Thank you very much, Tavin.
A month
very
and a half
happy
later.
that you're fortunate enough to have this PlayStation Portal. I'm not at all jealous. Don't worry.
Again, if you have the money for it, or when I had the money for it and when it came out, I wish I had bought it then.
Yeah.
I think this is because it's 200, 250.
I think it's 250.
250. That's again, that is an appropriate asking price. I think 300 is too much. 250 is right at the line. I said that when it was revealed, and
it's 200 actually.
Oh, it's 200. Great.
200. Yeah.
That is exactly where it needs to be. Exactly where it needs to be. So yeah, I'm very happy with the device. I'm very, very, very happy with it. I would have bought it. Knowing what I know now, I would have bought it myself.